This is questions asked number 72. So the first question at the top of the key tonight, what should I do if I cannot find a tax record on my subject? What should I do if I cannot find a tax record on my subject? For those of you who don't know me, I am Angela Cooper. I help real estate agents increase their income while waiting on buyers and sellers to close. If you are visiting us here on the Facebook page, go ahead and like the page. If you are watching from the YouTube channel, go ahead and smash that subscribe button. All right, so what I would do if I couldn't find a tax record on my subject, I would email support, whoever gave you the work order, see if they have a tax record on the subject. You know, you can also go out to some of the other MLS platforms. If you don't have tax records in your MLS, real tax in your MLS, go ahead and if you know the address to your tax department, like mine is hcad.org, O-R-G. So if I want to find out something about Harris County property records, I go to hcad.org. Okay, so that's direct to the tax record. If you can go there and put in the address, search for properties in the address field, or you can also search for the property by the customer's name. But if all else fails, you can go to Zillow. I know Zillow normally carry the tax record attached to the address of the property that you're looking up. However, sometimes, not all the time, sometimes, if that record is off market, then Zillow probably won't have it either. But even sometimes if they're off market, Zillow will carry a tax history on that property. So you just have to do a little research, okay? If you don't have the tax record, you might have to do a little research. But ultimately, the BPO company can put that order on hold if you absolutely cannot find anything on that property. Now, keep this in mind. If this is a brand new property, there probably won't be a tax record, okay? But if you're talking about a property that's 10 years old, 20 years old, 30 years old, it should have a tax ID somewhere. It should be a tax ID somewhere. So you have to have some information on your subject property from the tax record in order to evaluate the property. You just have to. And what in case the property does not even exist at all? You know, and then also make sure you're putting in the right address. Sometimes people put in information and they don't put the correct address in, okay? You need to make sure you have the correct address in. That's another reason why you probably can't find the tax record. Question number 2, is it okay for us when we go out to do if we go out to do an interior BPO and the homeowner gives us a rehab list and say, for example, this house that you're inspecting is getting ready to be rehabbed by an investor, okay? And they meet you out there at the property. Now, one thing you cannot do is you cannot have them in your ear telling you what the value of the property is worth, okay? Because once they do that, it's going to void your BPO, especially if they go back and say, well, the realtor told me that it was worth 100 and she already told me it was worth 182,000. You see, because sometimes they will do you like that, and that is absolutely wrong. It will void your BPO. So if they even try, to tell you what they think the value is, they'll even give you papers and say, here, look, I pulled some comps for you, not that they probably not even a realtor. Or I had a realtor pull comps for you or whatever, and here's the value. You can't take that value from them like that. And you certainly can't discuss it, okay? Because once you do, boom, that voids your BPO. All right, so let's talk about they give you a list. They say, here's what we're going to do. We got an estimate to gut the property, and this is everything that we need, and it's going to come up to about 100 grand. If you have an order in your, look in your instructions for that order. They will tell you if this is a rehab property, and they might say an investor is rehabbing a property to the max, okay? Because you know some investors, they'll just rehab minor. They just want to make it at the, not necessarily at the bottom of the totem pole, value property, construction quality property. You know, you have the Q4, the Q5, the Q3. They probably want it somewhere like a Q3 or a Q2. It's going to be not the top of the line upgrades, but you know, maybe a little granite, no wood floors. They're gonna have, you know, top of the line laminate, but a real top of the line upgrade will go with wood floors. You see? Okay, so you can take their list if in your order your BPO company has told you that this is getting ready to be a rehab project, and they will tell you to take the list from the person that's out there, okay, from the owner. They'll tell you to take the list from the owner. In that case, yes, you can take the list. If that's not the case and they don't have that in the order, you can take the list, but you still can only do repairs or upgrades on what you can visibly see. You get it? There's a difference. You're gonna evaluate the property based on what you can see, or you're gonna evaluate the property on what the investor gave you. That's gonna depend on what is being said in your instructions in that order. Okay? So sometimes you can use it and sometimes you can't. Because all the time, it might not even be an investor. It just might be a homeowner that's got, you know, somebody to give them some estimates because they want some extra money. And they might be telling you something is wrong with the pipes in the wall and all of that good stuff, and you don't see nothing like that at all. You can't do that. You have to go by just what you see. Okay? But make sure you look in your instructions on your report and they will tell you when to use the rehab list from the homeowner and when not to use it. Okay? Most likely, if they don't tell you to use it, then you're not going to use it. But you can still always email them and ask them. Or you can even put it in there and say, you know, I was given this list by the investor. He said he's an investor homeowner, but I did not add his numbers to my bottom line. You can submit it like that. And so then they'll come back and tell you to add it if they want you to add it. Okay, it's just a number of ways that you can do it. But the main thing is to hope for it to be in your instructions. Okay? All right, we're going to question number 3. Before we go to question number 3, guys, if you are visiting here on Facebook, go ahead and like the page. If you are watching from YouTube, go ahead and smash that subscribe button if you're visiting from YouTube. And guys, if you're on replay, hashtag replay. And if you are new to Broker Price Opinions, go ahead and drop a 1 in the comment area. We have something built into the show notes for you. We have a free webinar and a Facebook group if you want to learn how to do Broker Price Opinions. Question number 3, if I'm looking for active comps, but the only thing that I show that's not sold are pending comps, okay? You have pending option under an option period. You have pending continue to show, and you have just pending, meaning pending do not continue to show, okay? All right, so you have all 4 of those pending, plus some of those that are pending are brand new built homes, okay? They were built in 2021. Can you use the brand new built homes that were built in 2021 as part of your list comps? And can you use the ones that's pending? Because you don't have anything that's active. Active means Active on the market, not pending. Okay? And it's definitely not coming soon. Some people get that confused with pending, or they think they can use coming soon. You cannot use coming soon, but you can use pending, pending continue to show, option pending, and you can also use the new comps. They are brand new bills if, and get this, only if the home is completed. If it say pending and then they show you a picture of the model and they say to be completed December 31st, you can't use that. Okay? Can't do it. You just can't. And you certainly can't use the ones that have all the dirt, all the ground and the concrete all out in front of the door. You know, and you can see that the windows are half in and they half not. Okay? You can't use them. All right. All right. So, but if there is a house that's built in 2021, your subject is built in 2017, okay, and you want to compare the two, you can use it if it's pending. However, it has to be totally complete with the construction. They should have some photos in there of you being able to walk through the house and see that the entire house is completed. Okay? In that case, you can use it. You just have to adjust because now it has an excellent rating and your subject has a good rating. You see? So that's how you handle that. And question number four. Question number four says, I signed up with BPO Automation. They told me it was a wait list, 30 days. Is that normal? Okay. Now, I've had two people that asked me about BPO automation this week, and I'm bringing it to you just simply because I don't know. I've never had that problem. I've been with BPO automation for way over 17 years, and I've never had to wait. And have I ever gotten on and off? Seemed like maybe once back in the day. You know, I was on the system and then I jumped off the system, um, and or they're upgrading their system, but I've never heard of them saying that we have a wait list. So that should tell you guys something. If BPO automation has a wait list to get people um, going with the software, that means it's somebody out there getting some BPOs, okay? Because the only time you even apply for BPO automation software is if you're having like more than, I would say, anywhere from 8 to 10 BPOs a week, okay? 10 BPOs a week is $400 somewhere in that field a week, okay? $1,600 a month. You need to be on automation. If you're getting more than, say, 6 to 8 BPOs a week, you probably want to be on automation because it takes at least 2 to 3, depending on the pricing, okay? 2 to 3 BPOs to pay for the whole month of automation. Anybody that's a no-brainer, okay? That's one of them do the math questions. You know, you pay $90, that's 2 BPOs, say 40, $45 a piece. Okay, you use two of your BPOs for the whole month. Say you're gonna have 20 or 25 BPOs, or even if you only had 10 for the month, you make $300 versus $400. Okay, for that month. But you get your data entry put in a matter of like 2 minutes versus 20 minutes. It's going to take you at least 20 minutes to do your data entry. Okay. All right. So I'm not sure why there's a wait list on BPO automation, but you can also email Jennifer at bpo-automation.com and see if she can help you. Okay. All right. Do we have any live questions out there? Anybody have any questions while we are live tonight? If you have any questions while we are live, I will answer your questions for you. Drop them in the comment area. Tyrone Session, we're going to get you some information. You probably want to go to angelacooper.com/EW3. That's the free broker price opinion webinar. The link to the group, the Facebook group, is in the show notes. Okay. All right, guys. I don't want to be on here all night. If you have any questions, let me hear them now. All right. So no questions. Listen, we'll see you guys next Sunday. Same time, same channel. All right. You guys have an amazing week. Let's go get that money. I'll talk to you all soon.